Hello everybody and welcome back to M&J Games. I'm Michael.
And I'm Jasmine, and we are touring Bennington Valley Fun Fair by Poopsitout. In the description, they say this is an incredibly themed rustic park. This park is my first sandbox park, all custom builds except for some scenery items. And I guess it was they give kind of a background to the park and how it got started. So it says in 1922 in southern Vermont, Farmer Jones stopped milking his cows and decided to build some rides. The first in-house build was Vermonter, and over the years the family has neglected the park, with the last coaster, the Forest Flipper, built in 1986. Although in 2018 the park gained the rights to build a ride inside the Bennington Battle Monument, they promptly built a launch tower inside. Enjoy your day at the park.
Alright guys, so we're here at the front of the park and I went ahead and opened it up because I realized guests were not in the park. And as always, the Planko guests never do what you want them to do. You create this nice entrance that has 3 entryways, and they never use all 3. But so yeah, what are your thoughts on this this entrance as we're entering the park?
Yeah, I mean, this is different. Obviously, can't see anything, so it kind of reminds me of like Silver Dollar City or something, where you can't really see, and you go through like a big building, and then you're like in the park.
Right. Yeah, and I like that you can see the wooden coaster right there, and it looks like that's kind of cool how you've got the looks like a massive helix, so that's pretty awesome. But yeah, I think it's, you know, it really kind of fits the theme of it being kind of a lower budget Vermont park.
Yeah.
And I have talked to the creator of this park, and this is, like you said, it's his first park, and he's only been playing for about a month or two, so I'm really impressed with what I've seen so far, just kind of looking around it a little bit with the detail and stuff like that. He did say you can kind of tell which buildings I built at the beginning and which ones I've built kind of later on. So we'll see if we can point out those maybe, or recognize those. But yeah, right as you enter the park, you got a nice big plaza area, and I just love these little singing people.
Yeah.
Just great. But I like how you use the custom flooring. So instead of taking the pathing that's given to you, you use those, I forget the name of that roof, but Victorian tile, I think is what it's called. But yeah, so here's the main plaza. So anything stand out to you or any thoughts?
Well, definitely like the carousel stands out to me just because I don't think I've ever seen that where like it's in the middle of a plaza and just completely covered up with the same like flooring, I guess.
Yeah.
So that's an interesting take.
Yeah, and I think once again, which I probably need to open up more of these rides. Probably do that as we go along. I thought I opened up a lot of them, but I guess not. I think it kind of fits with the theme of it being, you know, kind of a Vermont lower budget park, so you're not going to have these drastic theming around necessarily every ride, right?
Yeah.
And so I think that's really cool. And then you've got some, what looks like some trapeze or some trapeze type stuff right here.
Like a bungee thing.
Yep, and Midway Games. Oh, I like this little ATM thing right here. It's almost like it's
Did you notice the minions?
Yep. So I wonder if because I know you said you got some scenery stuff off the workshop, and I wonder if these are one of them, because Tommy P has done a lot of this stuff. So this looks kind of like some of his creations that he's made, especially those minions.
Yeah, that's cute.
Really cute. Is Kevin the one with just the one eye? Do you know? Because they're all Kevin.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's really cute though. So Vermonter, that's the coaster. I want to save that for the end because that's the one to me that looks awesome. As you can kind of see in the background there, that mine train. And one thing I didn't mention too while you're talking about it, I just love the kind of story behind it, right? How it used to be a farm and somebody decided to turn it into a theme park, and now this is what we get, right?
Yeah, that's cute.
And I like too how you talk about like that coaster right there was the last one that was built in 1987, and so there's a lot of history to it, which is always really cool. I feel like I need to do that with my next part, create a backstory.
Oh, I like this right here.
Yeah, this is super cool. The big wheel. I like the little fencing. It's nothing, or the little roof.
Yeah, that's so cute.
Yeah. Well, I also like too how it's kind of got this brick wall kind of around it, so it's kind of
Yeah.
when you're down in the queue and on the ride, it's kind of like it's secluded, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I definitely like that. So yeah, it definitely gives me some Silver Dollar City type vibes in terms of like the building style, especially this green building and stuff. It looks like we got a ride through here. Is that right? Or that might be the exit. Okay, so that's an interesting way to get to the entrance of a ride. Ooh.
That looks really cool with this, because I feel like that whatever this ride is called is so kind of like boring, and
Mm-hmm.
this is an interesting way to make it kind of stand out.
Yeah. So he used these. I can tell right away what he used. Guess you can't click on those. He used these. Still doesn't. Basically, these are the curved decorative pieces. Those 8-meter ones. I used
Yeah.
those on my Canyon Valley Park and like the launch hill portion. And then these, I think, it won't let me click on because it's part of the ride, but I think those are some kind of decorative, like
Yeah, it's
balcony
like
pieces or something.
yeah,
Yeah.
or like I forget what those are called, but yeah. Can you click on the ride again? What do you? Oh, it just says. Oh, okay, wagon. Because I was like, is this? I could tell it was supposed to be a wheel, but I didn't know like what it was. But okay, it's supposed to be a wagon wheel.
Yeah. Looks awesome though.
Yeah, I really like that.
So I like how you go up here and you've got kind of like a restroom, got a seating area, got a restaurant. Oh, it's not open. I guess I need more staff.
You need to open them.
Or are they not connected maybe? They automatically open if they're connected. But
I mean, I think if the park is closed, you have to open everything up.
oh really?
Yeah, I don't think you opened these. Just go to click on the park management.
Yeah. Oh, you're right.
Because if they were open, then the little windows would be open.
Yeah. I like this the boutique shop facade there. I think it works. The coloring's kind of goes along with the other stuff, but
Oh yeah, so this would be a PS4 park. We're on PS5 and it's right at 67%. So
yep. And then you got this walkway down. Oh, we got a ride in here. I did not expect that. Yeah, so and I like the little touches too, like having the security camera there. It's really cool. Yeah, so I'm guessing this is your favorite part so far. With the little bit that we've seen.
Yeah, it's really cute.
Yeah, it is super cute. Oh, and I just noticed this too. This is
yeah.
Is that yeah, that's custom made too. Or nope, wait, is that
Well, that wheel by itself is its own thing, but then he put that like
water thing or
yeah, that tub thing
okay.
under it, so that is custom.
I just saw the brick and I thought the brick was custom done too, but I guess not. I guess that's part of it.
Yeah, I think that's part of it.
Yeah.
Well, that's a cool shot with like the coaster going.
Yeah, and so let's take a look at this station. It looks like a pretty cool station. It's kind of wide because you've got the queue kind of taking up part of it. But it really fits the kind of rustic style, right?
I like that.
And that corrugated roof. Now, for some reason, it says that the path's got to be connected to the entrance, and it looks like it's connected, but I don't know why it's not letting me, turn that on and stuff. I wonder if you can turn I always forget sometimes if you can turn the supports off on the coaster station, just because it's kind of sticking through the ceiling there, right? Or I guess maybe that's not the supports, that's actually part of the station. Ooh. Oh, that's kind of a cool look right there with the corkscrew going over the brake run like that. Yeah, so this is nice. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I like it. I just wish it was open.
Yeah, well, we'll still get a ride the coaster. So this is called Forest Flipper. If we look at these stats, I mean, these normally, it's hard to get these coasters in green just because they're normally smaller coasters. Results, max speed 45 miles per hour, biggest drop. So this is more of a tame ride. G-forces look really good. It does have 4 inversions. So let's go ahead and ride the coaster. All right, so what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think that was a really like a cute, kind of like first coaster.
Mm-hmm.
um, I
You...
just feel like
No,
I
go
don't know.
ahead.
I feel like it's a little slow. Like it's just a little too slow.
Yeah.
Or maybe if there were less cars, it
Yeah, that's
might
true.
be a little bit faster. But it just seems a little bit like long. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. But like when it's sitting up on the chain, it just seemed like it was like kind of struggling to get up there.
Yeah, I was going to mention that too. I think this is fairly in line with these type of coasters in real life. Like this is,
The speed wise.
yeah, I mean it's maybe a little bit slower, but these corkscrew coasters, like these were built. A lot of them were built around that 1980s time,
Yeah.
and they're kind of notorious for kind of being rough, but also like they don't have a massive drop, but they'll kind of do multiple loops. They'll do corkscrews back to back like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought this area was pretty cool. I wish it was a little bit faster on here. This helix was nice. There are a couple areas that could be smooth, but one thing that I thought was super cool here was, I didn't even notice this, there's a train in this park. So when you come down here, you're right next to where the train goes by. So
Yeah, that's nice.
we'll have to make sure and check out the train and stuff, but that's pretty cool. But yeah, so what Jasmine was saying is this coaster's up on the top of the lift hill for a while. And
Yeah.
the reason is because there's not a block section, or maybe there is a block section, or there is a block section, sorry, and it's just at the end of the ride. So what happens is this coaster has to wait for the other coaster to get completely done with the ride before it goes down the lift hill. Because how block sections work, if anybody doesn't know, is essentially no more than one train can be in the same section at the same time. So this entire layout is a block section, compared to if like this area, if you took a second to smooth this part out, you can put a block section right here and then kind of have the second part of the ride after the block section.
Yeah.
So that'd be my suggestion, because he's got a block section here, but then that coaster waits at the top of the hill too long.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I mean, like you said, nice kind of first coaster as you come into the park. I do like the station a lot. It's a rectangular and boxy, but it fits, right?
Yeah. Well, and I mean, and if you kind of look at it from the top, I mean, even though it is boxy, there's like several different
Layers and dimensions.
Yeah, like layers to the roof. So I feel like that's actually more complex than it looks.
For sure.
I am really impressed though that this person's only been playing for like a month or two.
Yeah. Let me just say, just wait till the Mine Train coaster, because from what I've seen with that, I would not think this player's only been playing 2 months, because I could never have dreamed doing something like that after playing 2 months in this game. But yeah, I like this part where this kind of the queue's kind of in the station like this. I think that's pretty cool. All right, so next part. So we got another coaster if we go this way. And let me know if you notice anything else that
I just wanted to look at these cute little buildings really quick in here.
Okay, absolutely. That's what I was meaning.
So these are really cute. I mean, this definitely reminds me of Silver Dollar City with like these just cute little rustic buildings where the little shops are. And
yeah.
Can we go in that little red building?
Of course. Ooh, park maps.
Yeah, that's a really cute.
That's a cool idea, using the newspapers as a park map, because that's the newspaper, like the set. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Cool
That's
idea.
cute.
And then I like how you've got the advertising sign. Like, I really wish we could put pictures on that screen.
I know, yeah.
Planko
yeah.
2, please. Come on now. How difficult would it be to... I mean, we already can take in-game pictures. Why can't we?
But this is a really interesting building because you do, when you are at theme parks, you do have these little, like, kind of corner store buildings that you can kind of just, like, walk through. Mm-hmm. And then you know...
Like
and,
that guy just did.
Yeah, and, like, that's something that I would never think to, like, make. But that's a really good...
Yeah.
I like it.
By the way, I need to start using this wood more. I don't think it necessarily goes as well with this other side of it, but this haunted house wood looks awesome. And
Yeah.
it really does look really cool when you color stuff differently.
Yeah, can we go in this side? What's
Yeah.
this side? This is a
Bathroom, staff room.
What's
What is
that? Oh. Boxing.
Oh, that's an animatronic. I thought that was an actual person for a second. Like, oh, woe is me. Yeah, and I guess I apologize too for not fully opening everything. I forgot that I had to open or maybe I just didn't know. And Jasmine had to teach me that I had to open if I close the park, I actually have to open the vendors and stuff. But I like this little things like this that kind of add a lot. You know, just having this little kind of triangular spot. Did you see that in parks a lot, right?
Yeah, they're kind of like awkward spaces.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like that.
Little things like this too, having that. Although I would push it a little bit further in the ground because those are not elevated like that normally.
Yeah, that's a trip hazard.
Yeah, trip hazard. Haven't heard that one before, but it looks like
I don't know.
Looks like here's the train, and so let's kind of go along the train tracks real quick. Let's kind of do a trip around real quick, kind of get a fast train eye view. I about said bird's eye view and realized we're not flying through the air. But it's just kind of scenic, and it's kind of what a picture of Vermont would look like. I did not expect it to go underground. Whoa, wrong way. Whoa.
Oh,
I did not expect that on a train ride. Whoa, I'm glad we went and looked. This is cool. So it looks like probably just...
It's the string lights.
Yeah, panel wall, string lights. Oh. That's pretty cool. That's different for sure. Okay, so that's a cool view. Yeah, so you can kind of see here's the mine train. And yeah, wooden coaster. So yeah, there's another view of the mine train. So it's a pretty cool train, kind of train route. It doesn't change elevation too much, but we got like a little western town here. It's a lot of detail for just the train ride, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Alright, well, I'm ready to ride on this wooden coaster. So let's go back here. Oh, sorry. So this is another one of the walk-through buildings, which... Okay, we can't walk out that side, but it's got more stalls that I did not open. I apologize. So we got the Boilermaker, the Vermonter, I think is what it said. So that, okay. Some pretty good theming on these flat rides too. Just kind of adding some stuff in. Cause I don't, like that's all added in. That's not part of those rides normally.
Right,
so it's kind of an interesting theme to theme that ride too. Let's see. Okay, so this is the wooden coaster. Yeah, so here's another station that's like a lot of different kind of curvatures to it, if that's a way that you can phrase it.
Or like kind of, it's not elevations, but that's what I'm thinking of. Like,
yeah.
With the roof.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Kind of what
that is really cool, having like the different levels.
Mm-hmm. So it's like you're up here and you can kind of look down and see everybody else waiting.
I feel like I like this station a little more than that other station, but
Yeah,
I
I do
like
too.
both of them. But
So,
what ride is this?
let's see. The old Vermonter. This one might have been the first one then. Let's see. So everything's all green. Looks great. Looking at the results real quick. G-forces are really good. Yeah, so once again, not too fast of a coaster or too large of a coaster. All right.
What are your thoughts, Michael?
Oh, well, Jasmine, my thoughts was, first of all, I like putting those lights on the lift chain are nice and interesting, because if we were to turn this to nighttime, you can just see it lit up a little bit, which kind of looks cool, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's different than just the normal lights, and just kind of getting a view, too, of what everything else looks pretty well lit. Yeah, so I thought it was a fun coaster. It's very long. I mean, it's a fun layout. It's basically out and back, right? Like,
Yeah.
this is a very narrow footprint that this takes up, so this was really impressive to be able to make this coaster on this plot of land, essentially. I do think, the only thing is, I think a lot of these hills need to be smoothed out a little bit. Like, and what I mean by that is, it's just they don't really... like there's not a gradual, I'm trying to phrase, basically saying it kind of goes back up too quickly, if that makes sense. Like it comes down and it flattens out, and instead of kind of having a gradual increase, it kind of too quickly gets steeper than it should, and kind of the same thing coming down, so it kind of like whips you more. But I mean, that's something that's pretty easy to change, right? So what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I like it. I just feel like it was a little too fast, but maybe that was just me.
I wonder if the friction was changed on this. Yeah, so that's the
Okay,
thing.
yeah.
So I honestly, now maybe it needed this to get through the route or something, but the friction's been changed a lot.
Yeah.
I wonder, I just want to test something here,
Okay.
if you don't mind. So we'll ride this again. I want to change the friction. Let's change it to 0.7. I also want to edit, since this creator's just been playing a couple months, I just want to kind of show what I'm talking about real quick. And so, like, for example, you can take something like this and you can smooth it out to where it kind of makes it more of a gradual hill, to where it's not quite as steep. And then what you can do is you can take basically these 3 or 4 pieces right here and hit the smooth button, and it kind of lowers the hill a little bit, but makes it to where it's not as drastic of a change, if that makes sense. So then you can kind of do this and just keep hitting the smooth button, and it's making it more gradual, right? So what it's doing is it's making it where it's less, it's going to have less G-forces because it's got a little bit more time to smooth out. And so that's kind of the one thing I would do, is just kind of on a lot of these hills, go back and kind of do that, but you can just change it a little bit.
Oh, yeah. I definitely can tell on that one.
Yeah, and this is not to try to say that anything was bad or anything like that. It's just trying to make it...
No, I think this is a really cool coaster.
Oh, yeah, it's a fantastic coaster. I really love it. So now what I want to do is I want to rewrite it with the friction only at 0.7, and we can tell the difference, and then just to see on a couple of those hills.
You want to rewrite it?
Well, I just wonder how much of a difference that friction.
I'm just teasing you.
Why is it not testing? Oh, there it is. Hold on. I just want to see how much of a difference that friction really makes. Like having it at 0.7 instead of maybe 0.3. So yeah, this seems a little bit more like, it's still got good speed, but it's not really fast.
Yeah.
The question is, does it fully make it through the layout? So here's one of the hills, I think. I don't remember if it's this one or the next one that we smoothed out a little bit. So like that's a little more natural, right? Like that one, you see the difference in those last two. And so, I mean, that's really all it takes is just using the smoothing tool a little bit. Everybody smooths the coaster different ways. But it's just trying to make it to where there's not as much of a drastic change in elevation. You kind of have to be more gradual.
Yeah, I definitely like this speed a little more, but maybe it can't get through it.
Yeah, so I think the reason is, if I'm looking at this correctly, so I think the reason is right here there's a block section, and this block section was put in.
Did it slow it down?
Yeah, it slowed it down. Now I wonder if we can edit this. So I wonder what. Okay, yeah, it's already at the target speed. Yeah, so maybe it did need to be, for the sake of how this coaster was designed, a little bit higher. The speed looked better, I think, that second time around until it hit that section.
Yeah.
But that's kind of like when you know that. There's one coaster I made one time similar like this, where I put a block section in a space you normally don't see it, just simply for the ride to work and have multiple trains. But yeah, I mean, this is overall, it's a really enjoy the coaster. So let me change the friction back to where it was.
Did the creator, did they happen to say how long this took them to make, or was it like they started playing and this is all they've worked on for for a month or two?
I think this is basically all they've worked on.
I mean, this is really impressive, because when I was playing,
you and me both.
I wouldn't even like attempt to like try to make my own park right away.
Yeah.
So.
Well, before we go on the mine train, I wanted to look at this. I guess that's the exit there. That's for that one as well. This is the one they said was built in 2018, and it's one of these launches. Oh, that looks kind of cool looking up at the ceiling with how that is. Or one of the, I forget what those are called. Is that the hyper jump? But it's called the Monument Launcher. Good name. But yeah, so it looks kind of cool. It looks kind of almost like the Washington Monument or something, right? So that's really kind of a cool thing. And here, everybody wants to ride this coaster. So this is the Vermonter.
Oh, so this is like the new one. I gotcha.
Yeah, and I think the old one is the older one, like the first one made.
Yeah.
I mean, just look at these views though of this mine train. I mean, this honestly, like, this is fantastic. This is giving me like Silverette Jaegerhorn type vibes, because Silverette did on the PC. He's fantastic, and he did something like this that basically had like a 15 episode series where he mostly just did a mine train, like a one ride park essentially.
Yeah, so another thing is that they created they added these custom like lanes, and I mean that's something I wouldn't even think to do. So it's just I'm really impressed with that, and it looks good. I mean, I would never think to like try to cover up those little bars or whatever those are, but it actually looks okay.
And they had to use, looks like they used like 6 pieces or 5 pieces for each one, because they had to have these on the top and bottom.
It almost looks like church pews to me.
I can see that. But yeah, this is another. Is that part of the? Oh, that's part where the coaster goes. I was like wondering, like, look, I saw that kind of
Wait, is that the
wallpaper
coaster
up
or
there.
the train?
No, it's the coaster.
Oh, okay.
See, it's kind of, I paused it, so it stopped right there. But yeah, I like these lockers. I think these are, um, actually, I'm using these in my park right now. So I think that's another thing that's created by Tommy P. Does a lot of these really good custom stuff. But I just liked a lot of detail in here. Like you've got the ceilings, different pieces than obviously here, the wall, and then you've got these kind of castle pieces over here.
Yeah, it's kind of like gothic or something.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
What's the door? Like the coaster door? Is that an elevator?
Let's see. Yeah, elevator door.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
See, I consider doing an elevator door on one of my stations, but it looked too much like an elevator, but how they did it, it looks like natural.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out if we want to ride. Do we ride from bumper here or ride further back?
Let's ride further back.
Yeah. It's oh gosh. Okay, I'm trying to find the best. Let's go right there. That looks good, doesn't it?
Yeah.
All right. So, and also there must be, I guess there's multiple chains on here. Is there 4 coasters on the track? I mean, this is beautiful. Kind of looking at the views and stuff. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
See, like doing something like this, like just me,
I mean, this is so hard to do because
Yeah.
it's going like it's at an angle.
Look at the lights, how the lights are
and-
angled too.
Yeah.
Like I could,
because the gravity's gonna pull them.
yeah, I could never have done this 2 months into playing the game. I would still struggle to do something like this
Yeah,
now.
no, I
to be
couldn't
honest.
do that. Going on the roof.
I mean, that's just so cool. Oh wow, I did not expect this interior portion that's even decked out. Oh my gosh. Still going. This is a long coaster. I do like riding on these mine train rides. Riding back here, as you can really kind of experience the ride a little bit more. It's like there's stairs. That round circular,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
really cool. I'm guessing this is the end of the ride. Oh, man, another lift chain. This is crazy. So we're going up the tunnel again. Yeah, I mean, like you were saying, I mean, just to build this on a slope and make sure that it's constantly the same height, like the same height above you, is crazy. Oh my gosh, this ride's still going. It was broken down. So I want to know, at... Oh. Okay, I think it's because it broke down, which is why we're stopped there, because that's a block section. When did you build this coaster? Like, was this the first one you built, or did you build the other stuff first? Because, I mean, this is a long layout, and there's a lot of thought that goes into that. So that's what I wonder. But yeah, what are your thoughts, Jasmine?
I mean, that's definitely my favorite of the coasters so far.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm so completely impressed and blown away by the whole thing. Like, I just don't.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have any words to say. Like, everything about it was so well done. The theming is perfect. But then I'm just like, and then like the part, like the actual like underground like mining part, like that was really cool.
Yeah, I did not expect that for sure.
Yeah. Is that a blueprint or that little crane thing?
Yeah, it's a blueprint.
Oh wow, yeah, that's so cute. Yeah, I loved it.
Yeah, for sure. This is fantastic. Yeah, I mean, I think the coaster, needs some smoothing, but I think it's one of those, like, when you're new playing this game, like, most of us weren't able to play it on PC, right? And so even now, like, I look back on some of the coasters that I made a month ago, and I'm like, that's not as smooth as it should have been. You know what I'm saying? Like, because we're constantly getting better at this. And so I think, like, coaster building in terms of the smoothness and different things and kind of learning what works is really kind of tough in this game.
But this has so many different elements.
Oh, it's unbelievable.
And then it has different levels. I'm just like, how in the world did they think of all this?
Oh yeah, well, and then also getting the terrain to where it perfectly aligns with your coaster. Because, for example, if you do if you take it to where, like, if you put it where this doesn't impede the terrain, it's going to go right through it. But then if you allow it to impede the terrain, it's not going to get within like a foot of it. So you've got this awkward kind of barrier around it. So I mean, just the terrain work is phenomenal. This lift chain area is just one of the most impressive things I've seen.
I have a theory that maybe if they built this like building just like like flat, but then they like tilted it to go. I don't know. That's the only thing I can think of.
No, because it's not part of a building. I guess they could have moved it all at the same time.
Yeah.
Whoa, hold on. Let's see. 2,000. Oh, that was that down there as well. Nope. 1,200 pieces for that lift chain area. Well, yeah, I guess all of that is technically attached. So maybe, I don't know, but maybe your theory is correct. Yeah, I mean that's phenomenal. And then also, like, you just look up on the hill and it's very like majestic looking, right? Like you've got these kind of really old rustic looking buildings there. Very impressed.
Oh, what's that?
What's what?
That water, just like little.
Yeah.
Just a little drainage outlet or something.
Yeah. This makes me want to visit Vermont for how beautiful I'm sure it is. And in Vermont, do they have maple farms for maple syrup?
I'm sure they do.
Or is
Probably.
Yeah. And I like the use of all the different colors of trees too. I think it really works in this style of environment and stuff. But yeah, really, really well done. I think from a layout, really good. I don't know how you created that. I think with a mine train and having as many cars as you did on the train, I probably would stay away from hills that are just like that, because it's like you could basically have like now I could be totally wrong about this because I am no coaster expert. I'm learning more and stuff about them, but because you're basically going to have like the end of the coaster here, and then the front of the coaster is going to be like way down here. So it kind of creates could have, I don't know. I'm struggling with what I'm trying to say, but I think
I know what you're trying to say.
Yeah, I think this is a fantastic coaster. In terms of theming, my favorite of the park and stuff, obviously, like, it's just crazy. In terms of a coaster, I like this one the best.
And the circular part, I mean,
crazy. This probably took a while to get it perfect because you've got these Oh, that's a coaster support piece. Okay. And then you've got the fencing, and you had to get it perfectly circular. So I'm guessing you probably built the path here first. Or maybe you built this building and then put a path around it. I don't know. Either way, it's mighty impressive. Really impressive. So any other thoughts?
No, I'm just like, this is so inspiring. Like, this makes me want to do a rustic theme park, and I don't even like rustic theme parks. Like, I just don't, because to me, I want everything to look pretty, and like, it just doesn't appeal to me, like the building styles. But
Yeah.
this seems so interesting.
Yeah, for sure.
Can we ride that one at night, since there seems to be some lighting things?
Yeah.
Oh,
so,
it's broken down.
Yeah. Well, let's see.
Well, maybe later it'll.
Yeah. Let's look and see at night and kind of see how this looks, because we can at least go through the track, parts of the track, right? So
Yeah.
I gotta change cameras. But yeah, I mean, it looks like it's nice lighting, nothing too crazy, but I bet the tunnel area is probably pretty cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
Oh, how about being them just stuck on that lift hill? But I like too how you've got the rock here kind of coming through the building. I think that's kind of a cool touch. Ooh.
Yeah.
Woo! I mean, that's so cool how that was done. That's one of the coolest things I've seen in the game, to be honest. Like, one of the coolest individual building pieces. Just phenomenal. So I guess this is where you go in the cave. Okay. So you've got these lights kind of lighting it up.
Yeah, I mean, this would definitely be worth riding at night.
Yeah. So does that mean you want me to fast forward until it's fixed?
No. No, I'm just saying I think
if it were real life.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, really cool, really well done. I mean, kind of like you said, just in terms of that coaster, and I'm just kind of blown away with the theming and everything around it. Just really impressive. Let me know, did you watch any of Silverette's Jaegerhorn series? Because that's where I kind of pick up some things on here in terms of how you created some things, or just kind of the vibe of it, because it's a mountain coaster, truly a terrain coaster. So yeah, any closing thoughts, Jasmine, or what are your closing thoughts of the park?
That's the whole park?
Mm-hmm. All right, let me make sure I didn't miss anything from this elevated view, because we're over here. There's your little church. I'm just kidding, after the train comes through. Yeah, so we saw that. Saw all this over here. This is another thing I noticed too. I like how these are kind of like made to be steps. Like, you got a door down there.
Yeah, so what is this?
There's actually a path. Oh, wow. So guests can actually go there and get some food or something.
Okay.
And then here we've got just another...
Oh, wow. Everybody...
Yeah.
Everybody's...
Now, I think a lot of this is probably because I didn't open all the stalls.
Yeah, you didn't.
Yeah,
everybody's trying to get some food.
So I'm sorry, man, that maybe I'm sure that's not your doing with the creation of it. That's just my fault not opening up all the stalls. So I apologize, because they're all flooding to that area. But yeah, I think we have seen everything. There's no pathways over here.
Yeah, I guess I thought there was path over here, but it's for the train.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I mean... I'm kind of disappointed that there's nothing else.
Well, this
is 100% on the PS4.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, I actually really like this park.
You notice how she said actually?
No,
so
I didn't. No, I'm just saying, like, because normally Michael picks like the parks to spotlight, so I had not seen this park before, so that's all I'm saying.
Yep. Well, I try to look on the workshop every couple of days and see what parks look nice. But this is seeing this park and talking to the creator, and the fact that he's only been playing this game for a couple months kind of gets me excited to see what else he's able to create. So yeah, I mean, fantastic park. I do, for being a smaller park, I think the layout is nice. Like, you really basically, it kind of creates like a T almost, or like a it almost looks like a bird, like the front view of like an eagle. Like, here's the head with the beak, and then you got the wings going out to the side. Or maybe I'm just making things up.
I see a cross, maybe, but
I don't know. I see like the eagle with like its head turned this way. So like this is the head turned to the left or to the right.
I don't see that.
Okay.
I don't see that.
Maybe I'm just weird. Actually, I definitely am just weird. But yeah. I mean, it's a really basic layout if you think about the park. Just there's really not much to it in terms of the actual area where guests can walk. That's not part of queues, but it fits for being a smaller themed park in Vermont, which. I don't know if I'm sure Vermont has a theme park, but you know it's a smaller state, right? So they're not going to have a Cedar Point style park or a Six Flags style. So I think it really fits, and I really enjoy this looking at this park.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of. I mean, I don't want to say that the mine train was the best thing. I mean, but it was my favorite thing in the park, I think. But yeah. I liked everything in here.
Mm-hmm. For sure. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I think in terms of coaster, I think the wooden coaster is my favorite. But I love the theming and everything around here.
Which buildings do you think are the ones that he made like first? Because he was saying that he kind of progressed throughout.
I think probably these boxier ones.
In the front?
Yeah, probably the ones in the front. I would say definitely the station or the beginning one. Probably this one just because it's a little more boxy. Because if you think about like some of these, like I'm sure this one was not built first, right?
Yeah.
Like that is detailed.
Anything circular I feel like is so hard to do.
Yeah, I mean even something like this, like that's got dimensions to it, right? So I feel like that was something that maybe was built a little bit later.
And look how cute that is. Like a little bank building.
Yeah. I just think there should be a little more space
Hot
there.
food.
Because you can't really see it too much, right?
Is that okay, yeah, so people can actually go in there.
Yeah, hot food.
Hot food.
The Garden of Eden. Eden That's Gardens.
Cute. Yeah.
Maddie, if you're watching. But yeah, so yeah, I definitely think that probably, yeah, I don't know. You know, some of these probably, like that Vermonter one looks like it could have been one kind of near the beginning because it's got a little bit of dimension to it, but it's just a very large rectangular building, right? But yeah, I mean, this is fantastic, and I think it really does fit the rustic theme.
Yeah.
So, any other thoughts?
No, I can't wait to see what this creator does in the future.
Yeah, and you've made Jasmine think about wanting to make a rustic park. So you've inspired her.
Poopsitout. Gotta remember that name.
Yeah, it'd be hard to forget that one. So, yep. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for watching, and let us know your thoughts. What was your favorite coaster? What do you think about the mine train theming? Is this one of the best themed mine trains you've seen in the game? I know there's a couple other that I've seen that are just fantastic as well, but this is really well done.
Oh, I messed up on the name. It's not Poopsitout. It's Poopsitout.
Oh, Poopsitout. Poops a lot. Poops it out.
Same difference.
Yeah.
Just search for poops in the workshop.
Yeah, I'm sure other stuff would come up, but yeah. But all right, guys, so thank you so much. Oh, another thing I want to say, too, I love the terraforming of this hill up here, because I'm trying to get better with terraforming mountains, and I feel like they're really tough to do, but this looks really nice. And yeah, it's crazy that like the footprint used was really not that much of this park, and yet it's 100% because of the detail, which is crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, guys, so thank you so much for watching, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.